We're here in Most in the Czech Republic, in the garage with Michal Fila. He's 37 years old. He's for his home race preparing on the new BMW 1000 RR. We missed you for the major part of the season. It's due to the first crash in the first race in the Slovakia. And first of all, how are you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm getting well, getting better every time, so it's improving. I'm happy for that because it was a really bad injury, but it was hard for me and hard for everybody around me. So thank you for the support, and I'm very happy to be back with you here and racing again. That's my life. So I hope this weekend will be really good.
Last weekend out in Rijeka, you were the only one to really put the fight to Christopher Bergman. What would have happened if you would have been here all season?
Well, last time in Rijeka was a really great weekend for us. We did 2 good races, good qualification, everything was good. If there were no crash in the first race, if never happens. So it's a pity because I think we could have a lot of really good fights, really good races together, and for sure it wouldn't be so easy for him, and for sure it will be much more fun for me than last year. Or last year we had a lot of fun, but you know, to have a so strong competitor like Christopher Bergman, it's really like a challenge for me and for everybody. So it's a pity, but never mind. That's racing, that's life, and we are all here, healthy.
That's healthy is the main part. You're racing the new BMW this weekend for the first time. Any predictions for the races for today and tomorrow?
Well, it's difficult to make prediction with a new bike. And especially we didn't have a lot of training here yesterday as the weather was not really good. But today it looks like the weather is better, it will be dry, we can push hard, and I hope we will win the qualification, and then I hope we will win the race.
Good prediction. All right, good luck on the races, good luck on the qualifications as well. It looks good outside with the weather and hopefully on the rostrum.
Thank you very much, and keep fingers crossed.
Pit lane is open, so everyone's on their out lap for their grid position in the European Superstock 1000. We'll have a race scheduled for 12 legs here in the most track of 4,212 meters. In the new layout they have created. Of course, we already talked, if you have been joining us earlier on in the Superstock 600, about our championship leader Christoph Bergman for the Wojcik racing team. The whole team, Team 1 and 2, had been racing in the Boldor in the Endurance Championship last week. And the other bikes were actually not available anymore, so he took part in the 600 since he already clinched the title in the Superstock 1000. Although there is still a bit of a fight going on from Team RP Poland, Germany, residing Arnold Friedrich. Unfortunately, we have not got Arnold with us. That will mean that we'll have to look to, of course, the immense experienced Michael Fila. With his track knowledge, has done enough to get the pole position. That means that with 136.586 he probably could continue with a good run. As you heard in the interview, recovered from his injuries and now back to full fitness and taking the fight to the guy in second position, which is the grid being formed right now, and that's in this case Matelacko. We got 12 gentlemen on the grid here in that Superstock race. Of course, they had their whole season also starting in Slovakia ring, then we went to Asse, and from there on we went to Hungary to the Pannonia ring. And it was Arnold Friedrich, the only guy who actually won the first race. for the DNF of Christopher Bergman, and the other races were all won but one, and that was the second race in Grobnik, as I told before. Then it was Christopher Bergman who had some troubles with his gearbox, and it was Michael Villa who took second and first in the last outing in Grobnik. So that would have been a huge asset to the championship if he would have been able to stay fit, but that crash in race number one made a difficulty for him to do the whole track. Yeah, sorry for the short delay. We had some difficulties with the key down here, but we got it all solved out. It was one of a mystery, but my dear colleague Misliv Perkozic was lost, and I'm really happy to find him back, and he's with me here in the commentary booth for this Stock 1000. While Lucio is on the grid looking at the different riders, and we'll get through the grid with you. As said, Michael Villa took the pole position, and we got Matalatsko in second position with 137.98, and down next to him is Kamil Kremian. Kamil also taking part in the Wojciech Racing Team number 2, and they took fourth in class in the Stock 1000 and were 13 overall, together with Marek Skopek and Filip Steinmeier. Michael Prazik is in the second row, 138 for Marek Skopek, as just mentioned, brother of. And also in this lineup, so it's good to see that all those guys who had a really, really busy weekend last weekend in France are all here again, taking the effort to come to the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship. Also for Thomas Svitok, Florian Hüstler from Switzerland, we just saw him on the grid, the number 81 in third row. For Artur Wilewski and Daniel Bukowski. And then we have the fourth row for David Bozic, Wagner Heiko, and Jaroslav Chesney is the number 114 on, that's the 12th position on the grid. Unfortunately, well, we should have had our dear friend Christopher Bergman also with us in the Stock 1000, but his bike was into bits and pieces, so there's quite a bit of work to be done. Nevertheless, good to have them all around, as I said before. 12 laps. Yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Villa, of course, with the home advantage, track knowledge from the Czech Republic. He's got his own racing school here, so he's done the mileage here. He just closed his season with track day events last week, and is here right now, while we're looking at the number 114 for Jaroslav Chesny. And it is Michael Villa who is taking the new BMW 1000 RR out for the first time in competition. As said before, the 1000 RR is a very nimble bike, really easy to handle, has more of the characteristics of a 600. So for anyone who's coming from the 600 sports stock category and is moving up towards the 1000, it seems to be that the BMW is the one which is easy to handle, still having some difficulties, of course, with the electronics. It's the first year they are using this BMW in the competition, so a lot of setup still to be decided, and a lot of special digital shenanigans going on nowadays with all the setup gearing and all the electronics. That's always the fine-tuning part, which is the most difficult. But the basics of the bike is very promising for everyone who's been able to get a hand on those bikes, because the availability was not really that brilliant over the last season for them. But there are flooding into the market right now by the end of the season. So quite a few people have been able to work on that setup and will be able to compete for a championship maybe for next year. As you see, always the tire warmers. Of course, here as well as in the other championship, we've got multiple tire rule with all different manufacturers, and these tires need to be kept up to temperature. Tire warmer normally should be able to get to, what is it, 80 degrees? Mislav, is it 100 degrees? Is optimal? What's the optimal temperature for the tires?
Around 90.
90, so anywhere between 80 and 100. I was just taking the both benchmarks, okay, right? But it is difficult to keep the tire in the heat in the tire if they are on the tarmac. So even there, they got their small generators to put the blankets on the tires, keep them warm as long as possible. Now they got their warm-up lap for now keeping those tires warm, getting the brakes up to temperature. Steel brakes, of course, not the carbon version which the MotoGP riders are riding with. This is all stock specs. So, of course, enough stopping power nowadays available on these superbikes because you got another 220 brake horsepower to be able to stop after the long straight here in Most. 792 meters is the straight here in the Czech Republic. Enough to get to decent top speeds. Flowing track, and if we're looking at track times of around 1:36, lap record is underneath is 36 in the 35s. Enough speed there for these guys to get full throttle at the end of the line, and now they have changed the layout of the track with a really tight first and second corner. That was a swooping left-hander when the original track was here, formed in 1984 on the outskirts of the city of Most, and it used to be a quarry, an open mine, and that was out of use. And since they have been racing here in Most in Czechia already since 1947 on road races, we still have some road races here in Czechia in the IRC. But this is one of the permanent tracks we got here in the Czech Republic. Of course, are next to the GP track of Brno. The well-known still within the calendar of the GP calendar. Here is the other track here in Czechia, which is Most. And freshly laid tarmac, and looking forward to this stock race as well.
Indeed, this should be an exciting race. We are happy to see Michal Fila fully recovered and on his best.
Yeah, I asked him how because if you look at him, he's 37 years of age. He doesn't look the part, you know. I thought, what was his secret, you know, because he looks quite a bit younger, and he's good in shape after that huge crash he had, and it's good to see him fit and running about. And that's what you need, you know, these experienced guys, and because he's been racing all over, you know, also in Supersports, World Supersports. He's done so many different championships already, and you see that kind of talent never gets lost because he's on the pace again. Bit slowly off the benchmark here in the warm-up lap, which is of course not a trial start. You have to do the warm-up lap in a decent speed, not too slow, not too fast, not to be back onto the grid, the first position. But the Latsko, one of the few Suzukis. Of course, Suzuki in some competitions still there. If you look at the British Superbikes where they are racing without the electronics, well, the Suzukis and the Hondas are pretty much in contention there. But Suzuki in second position for the Hungarian Mate Latsko. HRA, Hungarian Racing Engineering, racing with the Suzuki with Dunlop tires. And it's the BMW from Sicura Motorsports with the Pirelli tires on pole position. And then it's a full lineup of Dunlop tires. The second before last, Wagner Heiko, the German rider here for Wirzigmann Racing, is on the Aprilia, and it's the sole Aprilia here, and he's got the Pirelli tires underneath his Italian V4. Yellow flicks being shown, almost ready.
Yes, we're approaching
There they are.
the starting positions. Everything is slowly being set for the Superstock 1000 race.
The number 55 of Michael Villa taking his position. We got the number 7 bike here of Kamil Kremian, who unfortunately had a DNF in Grobnik twice, which didn't do his championships position. His injury there prevented him from racing in Rijeka. I think our guy in second position is a bit too far. Yeah, he's been notified. It was Matelatsko who took the wrong slot. He needs the yellow lines instead of the white lines. Now he's got it. Lights out, and we're on our way with a good start for Matelatsko. Not such a good start from the pole sitter.
But then he blew it all away, and Latsko is now way behind. He will enter on the third, maybe fourth place. It's Villa in front of Kremian. It's Prashek on the third place. Manages to get in front of all the other guys, and Latsko is back on the track on the fifth place. I believe Skopek managed to also go in the front on the fourth position. So we should be Villa in front of Kremian, Prashek. That is most definitely the top three. I believe Marek Skopek is on the fourth place, being hunted down by Mate Latsko. Where Latsko even lost one position. We saw the white Suzuki a bit behind.
But a very good start for the number 7, Kamil Kremian. Just like I just said, had an off during the qualifications in Grobnik, and good to see him back. Good start here, but a really clean start for our pole sitter Michael Villa. Already pulling away significantly, and it is the pressure being put on to Kamil Kremian from Michael Prasek. He's really on to him, and let's see what he is able to pass him here on the first passing of the straight here on start-finish line. Close enough as it is.
Prashek is very close.
Bit of a defensive line, not really in the slipstream. The bikes are powerful enough. Braking hard into the first corner. We have our first lap.
So Artur Vilebski is on the fourth place in front of Latsko. Skopek is on the seventh place.
Let's go back to the start again.
We see Latsko pulling back.
Yeah. He has to push back from to behind the yellow line, and then he's off.
He managed to get a good start, but then when he shifted the gear, he lost everything.
Swamped. He got swamped again. But it was also good to see Michael Prasek and especially the guys Marek Skopek really attacking for the first corner. Back live again.
Still Villa in front of Kremian and Prashek. So Vilebski managed to get an excellent start and is still in fight with Mate Latsko. I believe maybe Latsko passed onto the fourth place.
Also a very good start for Wagner Heiko. Started from 11th position and already came through into 6th position after one lap. Yeah, that's on screen. That's that fight for second position, while Michael Villa's pulling away. It's still Kremian in second position. Prasek, and looking at the lap times, it's 38.2 for Kremian, 38.5 for Prasek, and Matelatska now has regained third position with a 39, and he passed Vilebski. Now in fifth position. Skopek has dropped a bit down. He's in sixth position, seventh now for Wako Heikner. They're swapping places there for sixth and seventh position. but he has made up the difference here on track. He's on the rear wheel again. There we are, back again with the fight for the second and third position. Start-finish line was definitely a bit more than it's physically now here on track. That's the hunt from Michael Prasek with the BMW on the Yamaha from Kamil. Kamil, of course, also did a huge number of laps in the Boldor. 24-hour race, which was shortened due to the weather conditions. Nevertheless, still a proper race and still a proper endurance. The kickoff of that EWC championship, but we got the next round with the fastest lap, in this case from Michael Fila, with a 136.997 underneath the 137 benchmark, with a 38.6 for second position of Kremlin and Prasek in a hot pursuit in 0.4 over difference.
The fight is on for the second place still, but way in the front is number 55, Michal Fila, who's just pulling away corner by corner and building up his advantage. Unstoppable is Fila when he manages to get his rhythm going. Behind him we are waiting for Karinian and Prasek. Prasek still very close, but not close enough to make a move.
Both did their personal best, only 1/100th of a second between the two of them. So we're quite evenly matched, although the gap was 4/10 of a second in the last crossing. It looks like Kremlin has pulled away a tiny little bit. There they are, the number 7 and the number 6 plate just behind him. Now entering the last corner onto the main straight again.
Latsko managed to take 1/10 of Prasek in the last lap. We'll see how it goes this time.
36.6 fastest lap for Fila.
38.3 for Latsko, comparing to 138.7 of Michal Prasek. 4/10 has been taken off Prasek's lead, so Latsko has enough time to close down because the difference is only 1.7 seconds.
Yeah, getting the Suzuki up to speed. Enough to get closer to maybe even a rostrum finish. To get Hungary on the rostrum as well. Although he's not in sight yet, looking at the numbers 2 and 3. It's not in the same shot, so quite a bit of work still to be done by Matteo Latsko. Yeah, now we could see him shortly. This twisty back part of the circuit towards the end, far end. Looks like Prasek has got the better of Kremlin, and then another few corners he's making the difference the other way around again. So both riders have their quality, of course, also due to the difference in machinery and different parts of the track. Let's have a look at the
start and finish line. Waiting for the times over the line. So it's 138.2 and 138.1 for Prasek and Latsko. So Prasek managed to be slightly faster, a couple of hundredths of a second than Kamil Kremlin. But where is Kremlin? We lost Kremlin somewhere.
Oh, that's been. We were just looking at the timetable, or is
I believe Kremlin went straight. He outbraked himself, and I believe that is what happened, because we just saw him coming back at one point, but I believe that was on the exit of the old fast chicane.
We're looking straight into...
Will he have to also let Latsko in front?
Yeah, you cannot gain advantage, of course, taking the shortcut through the tires there, but nevertheless...
He was in front, and then he let Prashek go in front.
All right.
So Prashek on the second place.
You still got 7 laps to go, so if there's any jury decision, it will be, of course, sent to us.
Everything is far from over. We are in the final corner. And when they pass the start and finish line, we will have 6 laps to go. Way in the front is Michal Fila. So 138.7 for Prashek and 139.6 for Kremien, and Latsko was the fastest with 138.1.
Yeah, again, it's the 3rd lap in a row that Matalasko has been able to improve on his personal best time, and now actually creeping quite closely to the 137 benchmark, only a 10th away. And the difference between the numbers 3 and 4 is only 0.5 of a second on track right now. So Latsko definitely in contention for that final slot on the podium. And maybe even a tiny little bit more, because we've still got 6 laps to go. It all depends on whether he's been a little bit friendly in his pursuit with his tires to claw back a bit of the difference. But it is Michael Fila who's got the BMW working flawlessly. The only one so far being able to lap the most track in the sub-37s, and it's 36.684 is the best time so far, fastest lap of the race. Pretty close now, the Suzuki is in pursuit of the Yamaha.
Latsko managed to close down on Kremien, and this will be a head-on fight on this next lap.
All plays into the hands of Michael Praszek, the BMW.
Fila is already out on the start and finish line, and will pass shortly in front of us with 5 laps to go. So Praszek, Kremien, and Latsko rooting hard for their rider. Latsko goes for the inside, and Latsko manages to take the 3rd position in front of Kamil Kremien. He takes the fight right to him.
Kremien has not given up.
Can he try and regain his position?
Typical riding style of Matalasko with his elbows wide out. Sits like a cowboy. But he sure gets the pace because he's closing in on Praszek quite rapidly. We'll have to keep an eye on those lap times, even with overtaking. Last one was a 38.019 for Matalasko. Clearly about 2 to 3 tenths or a second quicker than the guys in front of him, and now he's in pursuit for the 2nd position on track.
Yes, this will be a head-on fight for the 2nd place. Everybody's in contention, so this is far from over. We have 4.5 laps to go still in this Superstock 1000 race here at Autodrom Most, live from Czech Republic. This broadcast has been brought to you by Lutek Racing. Latsko trying to close down completely on Praszek, but Praszek still has a slight advantage.
Coming out of the last corner onto the straight, Izzy will be able to get the Suzuki straight behind the BMW.
37.8 is the time of Mate Latsko. Latsko goes for the inside of Praszek. Praszek has to go, has to use this old chicane and lose a lot of time.
You can see that he was unpleasantly surprised by the appearance of Matalasko to his right-hand side, and he had to concede.
What a mistake.
He had to concede, and that will give the 3rd position back to Kamil Kremien again. So, there you go.
Everything got turned around fairly quick, so this is why we love racing so much, because everything can change in a turn of a wheel.
from second to fourth in the blink of an eye.
Exactly. We are back with Michal Fila, number 55 on the BMW. Still gaining advantage over the second leading group.
Gap was already 10.4 seconds on start finish during the last crossing, so he can take it easy. Just concentrate on setup things what might need to be done. Although it's the end of the season, you always want to go away with a good setup to give you a bit of confidence towards 2020 season, and he's just doing that with another race to go, of course, tomorrow. Sunday's race is still to come. Braking late again into that first corner. It's a tricky corner. You see quite a few guys trying to do the overtaking there, but not that easy. Missing also the exit. It's Matulaszko in third. A second, it's Kamil Kremien in third. Let's see if Prasek can do anything with that mistake. Of course, cost him quite a bit. He had a 39.73. So actually, it's not that much you lose actually by overshooting the first corner, time-wise. Talking about 2 seconds or a second and a half.
Just.
It's not really that much.
Yeah, but when you have 2.5 laps to go, it's
yeah, it's difficult to claw back, but it's not like the penalty lane nowadays being in contention with the GP riders where they exceed track limits. Of course, that's not the case here in Most, because if you exceed the track limits here, you're on the grass and it's end of the race and the game. So nobody's exceeding the track limits over here.
I wouldn't agree with you completely, because we had in the qualifying in this Superstock 1000, we had numerous cancel times. For Fila, for Lacko, for Prasek, for Kremien, and for David Božič as well. So
there is some parts where you can
exceed track limits, but
not that many.
Not that many, yeah.
They've been abused too often, and of course there's not much track to take into consideration. The jury has got a keen eye out for that one, and we're in the penultimate lap now for our leader Michael Fila, still doing pretty decent lap times, but now in pursuit Matulaszko with a 38.2, 38.05. It is Kremien with his personal best lap time, trying to put a charge on to Matulaszko, the Hungarian.
Yes, Kremien is all out now. He is very close to Matulaszko. He was faster than Lacko and did his personal best,
138.02.
No, that
05.
Is 05, yes.
Yeah, as I said before, he's his personal best, so he's on the throttle. He is really having nothing of it. He wants that second position back. He's been there on the road, lost it to Prasek, then lost it to Lacko. He wants it back in this race. Of course, Fila is way down the road already with a, 9.2 still. He's taking it easy in the last couple of laps. But it is... here's that fight for second.
Kremien tries to go on the inside, but this is a high-speed moment.
Beautiful overtaking, late braking into the back part. Lacko has the better exit. Now side by side, it's Lacko again into the second position. Kremien third.
This will be a harsh fight until the end. Kremien is much faster on the exit. They are going into the final corner.
Whoa, beautiful overtake.
Manages to pass. Now out onto the brakes. Lacko and Kremien, who will go? It's Lacko on the inside. Can Kremien do something? Yes, no.
Difficult to get into the last corner. Is it a dress limit? They're going into the last lap. There we go.
They're onto the start and finish line. It will be Lacko just slightly in front of Kremien and Prasek. Small differences between them.
Well, we go back to Fila, but I really like to see the fight in second position. There they are on screen, because Prasek, because of the ding-dong battle going on for second and third, is also back into contention, not close to the wheel.
But Kremien is very close. Very close is Kamil Kremien. He won't let this one go.
And Prasek is also fully in contention. He's already backed up into the back wheel of Kremien.
Who will it be? Lacko, Kremien, or Prasek?
Good to see this. Penultimate race here in the 2000. It's Prasek for the inside. Oh! Almost
just got shut down.
He always wanted to get the block pass. That would have cost, but it has cost him the He's not in touch anymore.
We are waiting them to come out of this fast right corner. Now he's not close enough. Kremlin is not close enough to try and make a move in this part of the track.
The double chicane in the middle part section, 2 left and right handers.
Prasek tried to go on the inside, but got again close.
Too close for his comfort. Kremlin now taking another line.
Kremlin or Latsko, who will it be in the final corner? Kremlin goes for the inside and overtakes Mate Latsko in the final corner. Will this be enough, ladies and gentlemen?
He has closed the door.
Fila exits and manages to take the victory. We are watching the start and finish line. It will be Kamil Kremlin just in front of Mate Latsko and Michal Prasek. What a race, what a final corner.
Evenly matched. We're talking about 0.2 of a second on start finish line. It's Kamil Kremlin just in front of Mate Latsko. Third for him, and 4th position goes to Prasek. Then the fight there for 5th and 6th is just won by Skopek for Wilipski, and that was only also a difference of 0.2 of a second, the difference between the numbers 5 and 6. Number 7 goes to Wagner Heiko. Florian Hüssler from Switzerland in 8th position. Daniel Bukowski 9th, in the 10th position goes to Thomas Svitok. Beautiful finish. You see, shake hands, importantly done here. Prasek as well. Mate Latsko had come a very long way after a poor start. Was able to still clinch a podium finish for Hungary on his Suzuki. So, the winner, Michael Fila, BMW from the Czech Republic. He goes to the top spot of the rostrum. We'll leave you for a short moment. We'll get back to you with another few races still to go on the Saturday afternoon. So stay with us. We still got the Superbikes to come and the Supermono as an extra treat here on the Saturday afternoon. So stay with us. We'll be back soon.